You mentioned astroturfing. I was wondering if you could maybe explain that to people. And, do you think that a lot of these movements have sometimes people behind the scenes, like a Soros or people that just throw money because they can hijack the left narrative? Soros just came out and called Trump a narcissist, but we know he did AstroTurf and fund a lot of these things. What do you think's happening there, and how do you explain that to people?
Sure, well, it does exist. Right. How far it goes and how much involvement and how much money goes to each individual thing, I don't know. I'm sure there are people who can speak on that with more facts and authority than I do, but I do know that yes, astroturfing is a real thing. There are organizations and groups that fund protest movements, not just in the USA, but also overseas, in order to, at extremes, it can be to overthrow an entire regime. That's happened.
Ukraine.
Arab Spring. In other situations, it can be to promote certain narratives, okay? So, Black Lives Matter, for example, it's received funding from some of these organizations. I know with George Soros it's called the Open Society. And so it happens online as well. So it's not just there are paid agitators on the ground or in the street who are informed in certain ways to behave, certain things to say. They could even be given signs, given certain slogans to chant and so on. And so that can happen, and then you get a bit of an organic movement because some people join it as well. And then it's the same online as well. So I don't know what percentage of online users are bots, but it's something percent.
30 plus.
Right? So there can be arguments going on, and the argument is between some real people and some bots, or it's two bots arguing about each other, and they're trying to sow discord. This is a very real thing. Some of it is coming from the US, some of it might be coming from China, some of it might be coming from Russia or other foreign organizations. It's always weird talking about this stuff because it makes you sound like you're like way down some conspiracy theory rabbit hole when it's just like, these are just facts. Like, this is a thing that happens, it's real. To what extent, how deep the rabbit hole goes, I do not personally know. And I'm always cautious about saying things that, I'm always wary to to stay within the bounds of what I know is correct, or if I'm giving my opinion, I'm clear that I'm just giving my opinion. But I think.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
I think a lot of this ball of worms is being slowly unwound at this point. And people are learning more and more about this, and more information is starting to come out there. Censorship has less of a grip now than it did a few years ago. Thank you, Elon Musk, for buying Twitter and making it X, because creating that crack in the dam of censorship has forced the other big tech platforms to reconsider their stances and become less censorious. And look, the only people who want to censor and want to ban and want to deplatform people are those who are hiding something. If you are someone who seeks the truth and stands by the truth and is willing to let information flow and is willing to have conversations and debates or something, you don't feel the need to censor other people. Even if you think that they're completely wrong or their idea is crazy, cool, let that conversation happen. Let it play out. Don't employ fact-checking organizations and whatever else it is. All of those things are going to be proven to be part of this web as well. So yeah, I'm just a fan. This is why I'm a fan of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. It's like, look, let people talk, let people put their info out there, let people share data, let people just, during the whole early stage of and even the later stages of the whole pandemic situation, again, I typically refer to it as the scamdemic, but the amount of censorship was crazy. Again, if this is what you're saying it is, you've got doctors, you've got scientists, you've just got lay people, you've got people out there, you've got journalists, just cool, like let people discuss it and debate it. Debate everything from lockdowns to masks to mandates to the vax to this, like talk openly about it. Talk about the potential effects, what you know, what you don't know, potential side effects, whatever it is, just it should all be out there. Let people have the information and then they can make their decisions, as we do with so many other things. The information is out there. Here's the pros, here's the cons, here are the risks, whatever it is. If you're going to get a surgery, even if you're just taking an asprin, look at the sheet. Okay, look, here are the potential benefits, potential side effects. 1 in 10,000 people may have this side effect. Just lay it all out. Lay it all out and trust the people to make their decisions. And sometimes people, this is this thing about freedom, right? Sometimes people are going to use their freedom in a way that you don't like. It happens all the time. If you can't handle that, you're going to struggle in a world with 8 billion plus people, because there is no other human being on this planet who shares your exact same views and thoughts and perspectives on everything. That doesn't exist. Even within families, even within marriages, even amongst the closest of friends, they still have their disagreements and their different worldviews and their different ideas on things, whether it's politics, it's religion, it's what football team they want to support, it's who they think is the greatest rapper or athlete. It can be frivolous stuff, it can be important stuff. But you have to allow people to have that freedom and to make those choices. I think people make stupid choices all the time. I'm sure there's some people who think I've made stupid choices. I know I've made some stupid choices, right? But that's just how it goes. If someone is harming another person directly or putting them at massive risk, then sure, that's a problem. And there's times and places where we need to step in, and of course we need laws and things like that. But if you're going to live in a supposed free society, you kind of have to accept that sometimes, like, people are going to do things you don't like, or they're going to do things you don't understand. They're going to do things you think are stupid. They're going to believe things you think are absurd. But you know what? That is better than an alternative where people are completely restricted and they're not able to think, do, feel, say the things that they want.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.